welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, I'm sorry for the delay. We don't know what happened, but basically we got booted out of Facebook and booted out of YouTube, so we had to quickly reset passwords, do two-factor authentication, whatever I can't say the word. What's the word, Simon? What's the word? Two-factor... right.
Yeah,
never mind. Yeah. Okay, so we're in the kitchen today. There is actually 3 of us in the kitchen. We're all doing our social distancing. So Maria is over there, okay, and she's doing sign language to Simon on how to use the equipment. And Simon is in the kitchen. So hello, Simon.
Hello.
So Simon is going solo today. He is looking after the cameras. He is shouting out some comments. He is actually giving some feedback back to me as well. So do be kind to him because he is a nervous wreck at the moment. So how are you feeling,
it's
Simon?
It's not true. I'm fine.
Good. Right. See how we said how brave he was. It's not true. We'll see how the day goes on. So hello, Maria.
Hi.
Lovely to have you back in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Yes. So it's funny now, isn't it? This like a little dance, isn't it, around the house? So hello everybody, give us a wave, let us know that you're here. I am going to try and pop up and do a live every day, and if I can't do one, I'll have someone doing a live as well. So tonight I normally go live in the kitchen at 8 o'clock on Mondays, and our guest tonight was going to be Danielle Crouch. So, but obviously Danielle can't be here, so Danielle is going to do the live from her home kitchen at 8 o'clock. So at 10 to 8 I'll pop up live, say hi to you guys, and just to remind you that she'll be going live on our screen. She is making a drippy cake, and it's you know, Danielle's very good fun in the kitchen, and she's actually donating it to some local nurses or the hospital. I can't remember where, but she's actually donating it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that tonight. So she'll be going live. Tomorrow I'll have something to do. I haven't thought yet what I'm going to do at 11 o'clock, but tomorrow night we'll have Tracy Mann in the kitchen. So obviously not from our kitchen, from her own kitchen, but again I'll pop up at 10 to 8, let you know that she will be going live, just to give you a quick reminder. You know, so we're keeping you guys busy. So I'm hoping to pop up at least 4 days a week. Okay, so Simon's just remembered the lights, camera, action, Simon. So I'm hoping to pop up on today, Monday, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday night, Thursday morning it will be Tracy Mann again. She'll be here in the kitchen, and I'll be doing something on Thursday night. So lots of things here for Sugar and Crumbs to keep you busy. We're just thinking of little recipes. No hard sell or anything like that. If you're interested in knowing, you know, what we're selling, what we're doing, please feel free to ask. But it's more really if you've got sugars in your kitchen and you want to use them, okay? So Simon, do you want to shout out any feedback, any comments? And while you're doing that, I'm just going to have a little sneaky look over here to see if what's going on, because I've got my own iPad here.
Well, just say hi to Christine Tickle, Diane Ferguson. They're on today. Nobody else has been saying much at the moment. Do we have any new first-time watchers?
Sorry, that's YouTube.
Ah, okay.
Oh yes, hello YouTubers.
They were our YouTube.
So hello YouTubers. So Simon's still getting used to where he should be. So we've got Facebook comments and we've got YouTube comments. I can see that we've got a fabulous audience already of 260 people watching. It may be more because I'm with you guys. I'm on the delay. So I'm on the 30-second delay. But let's just see if that's going to play for me. Good. Right, Simon, have you caught yourself up?
Have I? Jackie Harvey's on there. I think she's a first-time viewer, is she?
I don't know. I'm letting you tell me what she says. But anyhow, for newbies that are in the kitchen today, okay, let me just tell you about Sugar and Crumbs. Sugar and Crumbs is a company owned by myself and my husband. We have a great team of people working for us. Currently at the moment, we've only got a very tiny team working for us. So we have Maria, James and Laura still working for us. The rest of them are unfortunately in furlough or furlough, however you want to pronounce it. But we are being very positive. We want to stay very positive with you guys, very friendly. We know some of you are anxious and upset, but you know what? We've got to be strong, guys. We've got to be strong. All we've got to do is stay at home, behave ourselves and smile, and we're going to get through this. All right, we really will. We're not going to war, we're not fighting with anyone, we're fighting with the virus. And if we stay at home and protect ourselves and, you know, find some activities, whether it's crafting, singing, you know, cleaning the house out, you know what, go and do all those jobs that you've been promising yourself to do and we never have time to do. And I've got plenty of jobs here to be thinking about doing. I did have John lined up to help me clean the shed this weekend, but it didn't happen, and he did tell you it wasn't going to happen. So in fairness, I sat and watched films all weekend. I've never had a weekend like it. All Saturday, all Sunday, I just watched films. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. I've never had so much rest over the weekend. So I don't know what you guys did. Feel free to comment. Simon won't shout out every comment, but he will shout out a few. Newbies in the kitchen. If you see me touch my hair or my face or the fact that I've got nails on, don't worry, none of these things are coming your way, okay? It's just for here in the kitchen, and the only people who eat it are family, friends, and, you know, people that I know who are more than happy to take things away from my kitchen for free. I actually don't sell them. We're not doing a like and share today for £25. What we are doing is we're going to do a giveaway, okay? So I've got 3 stencils to give away. These are from Amy Sweet Stamps. She's just brought out a beautiful range of stencils. They are on our website, but these 3 she's not actually going to sell. She's decided she doesn't want to do these, which I have no idea why, because they're absolutely beautiful. So she sent them to me to see what I thought, and I think they're fabulous, but we've agreed that we're going to give them away. So today, if you're going to like and share, okay, we're going to give one of these away, and we'll do another one. So the first one gets a pick of whichever one they want, and then the second one gets the second pick, and the third one gets what's left. So we're going to do one stencil alive, okay? So this live will be a stencil, and tonight on Daniel Crouch's for the like and share, it will be a £25 prize. So I'll draw the live, so this one now, I'll draw this next Monday morning, okay, for this stencil. So do remember, next Monday morning, so do like and share. So like I say, hello YouTubers. Now the recipe I'm going to show you is very, very easy. Seriously, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's ridiculously easy. So the first thing you need to do is softened butter. So 250 grams of softened butter. And I was actually amazed. I have never actually made these myself ever before. But I was actually amazed there was no egg. And I actually thought there was a problem that there was no egg. But there definitely is no egg. So it's 250 grams of softened butter. And what I've done is I've just popped it in the microwave for a little while. And I'm just going to pull my mixer over. But the 2 flavours of choice that I'm using today is I'm going to use honeycomb, okay, which is white, to make the biscuit, and I'm going to use chocolate honeycomb for the filling, okay? You can actually use any flavoured that you've got in the cupboard. So Simon, what have we put the link to today? Have we put it to the lemon version?
We've put it to all of them.
Oh, have you? Oh, very good. Okay. So so we've given
the icing sugar to all, yeah. The recipe is to the lemon version. No, it's to the mulled wine version actually. But right. You can make it with any flavour. You can. So what we've done is we've popped up the recipe, but it is to the mulled wine version. But the versions are all exactly the same. So on the website, I've done a lemon and I've done a mulled wine, but the actual putting them together is exactly the same. So if you've got a strawberry milkshake in the kitchen, you know what, do strawberry milkshake, and do strawberry milkshake buttercream with strawberry jam. If you've got lemon and you've got blueberry, do lemon and blueberry together. You know, you might, the world's your oyster there. You've got a whole load of flavours, you know, get creative, get playing with them. So like I say, what I'm using is honeycomb and chocolate honeycomb. I'm just going to pop those over there. I'm going to pull my mixer over. So before we start, what are Viennese swirls? As Simon calls them, Viennese whirls. And we were having a debate before that whirls and swirls were the same, weren't we, Simon? Who's with me? It's whirls.
Yes, exactly. So who thinks it's whirls and who thinks it's swirls? I'll be watching out. I can see you now. Put myself a nice big iPad here so I can have a little sneaky look. So the only thing is it will be a 30 seconds delay as well, so I'll have to watch out for that. So basically they're just 2 biscuits, okay? 2 very nice buttery biscuits. They do crumble when you eat them, and we're going to stick them together with some buttercream. Okay, so can you see that on that camera overhead, Simon?
We're on this one. We've just been on the overhead.
Oh, sorry, right. So
we're back to the overhead now.
So 2 little biscuits there, and then we're going to put them together. Now, just before I start, I'll pull this up. You can pipe them out as a rose swirl if you want to, or you can roll them into a dough ball. Okay, you can do them any way you want. It really is up to you. There's actually no rules whatsoever. So we're back over here. I did change the recipe because funny enough, over the weekend when I decided to do these, I didn't realise that there was a lady who'd already made them, and she'd put a post up an hour before me, so I felt really bad. I thought, oh, she'll be thinking I'm copying her. But she did write our recipe, and I had to laugh. In the recipe it said do 15 blobs. So right, okay then, I think I need to go in and do a slight edit. So it's not 15 blobs, okay? So when you are piping out, it's enough for 30 biscuits. So on one tray, do 15 swirls or 15 rolled dough balls. That sounds much nicer than blobs. And then on your next tray, do another 15 as well. The mixture is very firm, okay? And I did it this morning. As I say, I've never made them before until this morning. And thankfully, I had a conversation with our Laura, who has made them several times. And she said, Mum, only put small amounts in the piping bag because it really is difficult to squeeze out. And oh my lordy, was she right? It was like this, with a sweat on this morning trying to get the biscuit dough out. So I've just adapted it slightly and I've amended the recipe to my adaptation, okay? So let me get those out the way. So how's our audience doing? All right, nearly 300, that's how we like it, isn't it? Fantastic. I do love it that you come and join me. I've already pre-whipped the butter, okay, so there's 250 grams of butter in here, and I like to whip the butter until it's really light and fluffy, okay, so I'm going to just give it a bit more of a beat. I'm going to get my spatula in a moment. I'm just going to turn it up. And some of you like blobs. To be fair, Jane, I do think you could mould them into a Karen Davies mould. I haven't tried it myself, but I will say the thought did cross my mind. I've got some new Cake Star cutters that are cheap and cheerful, and I don't know what John did with them because he went and picked up all the... Simon is our photographer, by the way, so John went and picked them up off Simon yesterday and then dropped quite a lot of bits on my son's doorstep, so I have a feeling he may have dropped the cutters there because I was thinking that they're ideal for me to use. I've not put them on the website yet, but as soon as I get those cutters back or I get another set, then I will have a go with those as well. So can we see the overhead here, Simon, please?
I can just say that we've got a lot of people saying whirls.
Whirls.
There's more whirls. Claire Holt saying whirls.
Is it whirls or swirls? One of those debates. It's always going to be a swirl with me. So Simon, can we do the overhead?
Oh, yes, we are on the overhead.
We're on the overhead, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see how lovely and soft my butter is. It really is important that you have softened butter, okay? Do not put it in and try and put all the ingredients in together and try and whip it all together because it will stay really firm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the flour. So it all goes in one, so we're going to add the flour. So easy this is. And then we're going to add the icing sugar. So the flour, let me just remind you how many it was. So the flour is 250 grams of plain flour. Then we're going to have 50 grams of flavoured icing sugar, and as I say, we're using honeycomb flavoured icing sugar. And then we're going to add, just 1 second, baking powder. So we're going to use a teaspoon of baking powder. So a teaspoonful of baking powder, and then we're going to use 50 grams of corn flour. So let me just go and weigh corn flour out. So all this is going into the mix in one go. So where's my corn flour? Over there. Whirls and swirls. Oh, there's quite a few swirls, you know.
About 10% swirls, I think, Carol.
Simon!
I think we're overwhelmingly whirls. Does it depend where you come from?
I have no idea. So there we go. So pop in the corn flour.
I would say that it doesn't matter how it's called, they taste amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so just point that out. They do taste the same whether they're swirls or whirls.
Yeah. So because of the situation at the moment, Maria is having to work from home. So we've had to have a meeting today, Maria and I. So we're spending the day together. It's really quite funny. She's over there, I'm over here. Just while we go over a few things. But she has said that while working at home, she's put on how many, Maria? Pounds have you put on? Kilos?
2 kilos.
She's put on 2 kilos.
Did she want to share that with the world?
No, because she's got the challenge now of getting rid of it. So she said that while she's at home, it's been too easy for her to get up and make a drink and grab a biscuit and all those things. Cakes, absolutely. So I've put the mix in here, okay? So it all goes in together. That's just how simple it is. I mean, you can't get any easier than that, can you? And if you're going to do this with the kids, you know what? They are kids. Throw it in, throw it in, throw it in. Okay, but I am going to adapt it slightly. So just put on the mixer nice and slow. So we don't want to have a cloud burst. So you'll see that I'm just turning it on and off just while it incorporates a moment. I'm just going to give it a little bit longer. And it's going to go into a nice thick dough. Now the firmer this is, okay, I would suggest that you roll it up into little balls and mould them and put them up in little balls. But I want to pipe these, okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. Just so I can loosen it down a little bit, okay? So this is boiled water, so 2 tablespoons. I think on the recipe I've just put 2 teaspoons because I like to err on the side of caution because I never know how soft you've actually made everything. So I think you can see my mix is just loosened up. So we're just going to give it another whirl. And there we go, it's done, it's done. How easy is that? So let's take this off a minute. So I'm just going to get everything off the dough hook, which you can't see at the moment. Just 1 minute, I'll bring it back for you. So are you looking forward to seeing me pop up in your screen every morning or every day? I'll be driving you mad. So here at Sugar and Crumbs, we're still trying to stay in business. The government has said that all food industries can stay in business, and we're one of those. They've also said if you do have to put your staff into furlough, you still have to be seen to be running your business, whether it's from home or from your workplace. So I'm still running our business and I'm running it from home here. John, Laura and James are actually down at the warehouse. And they're doing their social distancing as well. James is in the warehouse, Laura is in the office, and John's on packing. So all your orders will be packed by John this week. He's ever so excited. Maria is at home and I'm here. So can you see the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah.
So you can see it's quite, you know, it's quite like a dough. So I'm going to put some in a piping bag, but I think we might end up rolling some into balls. So you do need a baking tray. Now on your baking tray, you can either put some greaseproof paper, or you can put some greaseproof paper or some parchment paper, or you can use one of these silicone mats. I just love using these silicone mats. You just wipe them clean, really very easy. But you know, if you've got parchment paper, it doesn't matter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop a nozzle into the bag. Now my favourite nozzle is a 1M Wilton. But you won't go wrong with a 2M, okay? Not a 2M, a 2D. And you won't go wrong with an empty bag either. So if you just want to use an empty bag, cut a hole in it, you won't go wrong with that either. Really is, you know what, use what you've got at home, guys. You know, try and use what you can.
Carol, I know a tip with the bag, if you cut it like in a star shape, like one like that and the other one like that, it does like a way.
Does it? Ooh, right. Might get you over here cutting the back in a minute, Maria.
No.
Come on, Maria. So So as my daughter said, Mum, just put small amounts in because it is difficult to squeeze. And oh my lordy, she wasn't wrong at all. So we're just going to put small amounts in. And as I say, I had to make it a little bit looser just so I could pipe, because I really did struggle to pipe. So Simon, can you see there okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want you to use the overhead because I'm going to have to lean over, and I'm going to have to lean over and you'll just get my head in there, yeah? So we're just going to, you okay? Right, okay, so all we're going to do is some rose swirls. So we're going to go round and down. Going to go round and down. So if you want to just push them in so that they will gel together. So we're going to go round and down. Round, just nice rose swirls, and down, and then, you know, just use your finger. Make sure your hands are clean. When we're in the kitchen, we're all washed up, hands are clean, everything's done.
I have a really funny joke
Go on then.
of that situation, but I'm not sure.
It's a rude joke, because you know what? People are so fed up being at home at the moment. I think they'd appreciate rude jokes at 11 in the morning. So what did you think of our quizzes that we were put up? I have to say I got the glory for them, but I will say it was John. John was putting up little quizzes and competitions. I was sharing things from Georgia Godbold's page. It wasn't all come from me, I'm not that clever. But I think you all enjoyed the weekend, all the things that we put up for you. Did you see any of them? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I made a mistake with one of them.
Well, I tell you, I couldn't do the mathematics one. I mean, I just didn't get it. I was arguing with John over one with the mathematics, and he knew the answer. And I think I was at, I can't remember whether it's 20 or 60 now, but I was adamant. And obviously I didn't pay attention in school, but it was 43.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one is the one that I made a mistake.
Oh, was it? Yeah. And then he put another grid puzzle on, and I just had no idea. I've actually not spoke to him to ask him how that was done. But he was thoroughly enjoying himself, entertaining you lot this weekend. So we'll keep piping these.
So should I say it?
Yeah, go on then. Let's go for it.
Okay, well,
Shall I stand here? Come on, you come in front, Maria.
Okay. Well, basically it's because we are always talking about please don't get in front or anything like that. It's just to have a laugh in this situation. So, but we are always talking about the copies that, for example, the lifting also the Chinese do, blah blah blah. So this joke is about, like, if the Chinese virus are making all this disaster, I don't want to know what the genuine one could make.
They'd make a good one, wouldn't they, Maria? So, there you go. Right, so what we're going to do now is, so those are those ones done with the rose swirl. Can you see that? Are we on that camera, right, Simon? Yeah. So those are my rose swirls. You need to communicate with me, Simon, otherwise I have no idea.
Right.
Yeah? So, are we in the right position?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you don't tell me, I'm just going to stand here. So we've got to get Simon to talk a bit more, haven't we? Yeah? So rose swirls those are. So those are going to go in the oven now. And the oven is 190. So the oven is 190. And then if you haven't got a piping bag, what we're going to do is, now it's sticky. So I'm just going to have to be really very quick. So what we're going to do is, quick roll of the ball.
Can we use that dough for Karen Davis mold?
Yes, well that's what Jane Temple I think just asked, and I've got to be honest, I think it's too sticky, if I'm really honest. But you know what, I'm more than happy to give it a go. So I'm just going to roll them into balls. Ooh, some are bigger than others.
I was going to ask, is it important they're all the same size?
Well, I think you should try and make the effort to make them at the same size, but as we're doing a live here and we're in a rush, you know what, you have to be lucky with what you get. So we might have some strange sizes. Who cares? They're going to taste delicious anyhow. So we're going to put that there. Who's going to give these a go? I mean, this recipe's just so easy, isn't it?
Could you make a gluten-free version, Carol?
Yes, of course you can. Exactly the same. It's exactly the same if it's gluten-free. Can I just tell you though, if you are gluten-free, then you know what you need to do. If you're but having said that, if you are a person who's making them for somebody on a gluten-free diet, then you must not use any of the things or utensils that you've used with gluten, okay? So everything must be separate. So you mustn't have any gluten in the kitchen. It's all got to be in the cupboards, out the way, sealed up. So it mustn't be open. You need to make sure that everything is fresh, so that nothing is airborne, okay? So Simon's actually gluten, has issues with gluten, don't you, Simon? What do you call it?
Yes.
Gets a poorly belly every now and again. Right, so as you can see, my balls are not the same size, but anyhow, I've never known them to be the same size anyhow, so we'll just go with them like that, shall we? We're going to put those in the oven. We've got loads of dough left, so I'll have a play with those and make some balls later, yeah? So, and then later on you can go and play with your balls, yeah? Good, 1 second.
They are laughing because I'm still wearing a coat.
I know. But I will say, she didn't see it this morning. There was a layer of snow around here this morning. Did you have a layer of snow, Simon? Where you were?
No, but my sister said it was snowing yesterday in March.
Yeah, because I heard loads of people saying it was snowing yesterday. But it was, which camera are we on, Simon?
We're on this one, yeah.
Yeah, but when I got up this morning, the whole outside the house there, all the cars, everything, when I say all the cars, John's car and my car, had a layer of snow on, the grass, the drive, everything. It wasn't there very long, but at the end of the day, it was a proper fine layer. So anyway, I'm just going to go and pop my balls in the oven, yeah? And I'm just going to wash my hands a moment. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, my balls are doing very nicely in the oven, if you don't mind. So I don't know whether that brought Facebook to a stop there. So just while we're having a little watch, I'm just going to see if I can see what's going on here. So let me just see if we're live. So give us a wave, let us know that you're back. I'm just going to check my oven, okay? So what's gone in the oven already? They only need about 13 minutes. So I think they've had plenty enough time. So I'm going to grab them out. I've already got softened butter in the mixer, and I'll come back to you about that. So while the audience is pulling together again, maybe Simon can say a few hellos to everybody.
Rita Guy has joined. Joe Chaplin's here, and Nikki King.
And we are going to put both videos together, and we will post it on Facebook later on the week. So don't worry because you haven't missed anything.
Yeah, not a lot was happening while it was off. That we didn't do anything. Apart from panic.
It's great when you've got somebody new in the kitchen. So what we need Simon to learn is that when we come back, we just explain to everybody, don't worry, but we're going to put it all together and post it on YouTube as one video. So as you can see, my swirls are now out the oven, okay, and they're looking lovely. So we're just going to leave them on the baking tray for 5 minutes, and then we're going to take them off the baking tray and leave them on the cooling rack, okay? So all you need to do is just bake them so they're lovely and golden. And as you can see, they've kept shape. Can you see that well enough, Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've kept shape, and that's what we want, isn't it? It's really very important. So even though we've added water, it's made no difference to it at all. So let me just get those out of the way.
And the kitchen smells divine.
Does smell nice, doesn't it?
Yes.
So we'll just get these out in a second. So I'll give you a quick look at my balls. Look at them, aren't they looking brilliant? So obviously I've gone for big balls, but I think maybe I should have gone for ones a little bit smaller. I like a nice handful. So I'm going to put them back in the oven because they're not ready yet. So they're looking good. They're looking good, and they're moving, which is quite nice. So they're on the way. Yeah. Right, I actually never thought, is Laura watching from the office? I did ask her to keep an eye on things, so I don't know whether she was commenting on comments there because she said she would help out. She's over in the office, or maybe she's forgot us as well. I don't know. Did she comment before?
Well, yes, she actually had a comment here.
Fantastic. Right, so what we're going to do now is make some delicious buttercream. The buttercream is so easy, okay? And all you're going to do is, so let me get my mixer over again. And this is exactly the same buttercream that I actually make for my Russian pipe and tips, okay? So easy. It's the simplest buttercream there is. Couldn't make it any easier. So softened butter. When I say softened butter, it's room temperature butter. I tend to put mine into the microwave just to make it a little bit softer. If you do accidentally overheat melt it, so you forget about it, keep stirring it. Just keep stirring it, stirring it while it cools down to bring it all back together. If you don't keep stirring it, you'll get that separation, okay? So do keep stirring, and you'll have to keep stirring until it's gone cool, so you can get it back to butter. So I've actually beat the living daylights out of this. I'm just going to give it another go. What are you two laughing at?
Well, about the comment that you said about you like a mouthful of paintball. You are laughing about that.
Did I say a mouthful? Oh, he'll be blushing now. They've got filthy minds, these lot, haven't they? Right, okay. If you can't have a little bit of humour in the kitchen, something really sad, isn't it? So I'm glad you lot are great, because you all have a sense of humour, which is amazing. Now, for the recipe on the website, you'll see that I've used half this mix, because really that is all you're going to need. I've actually made double the mix because I'm actually going to make some more of these later. So rather than just do it all in, I'd rather do it in 2 parts. I'm just going to do it all in one go. So on the recipe site there, I put 250 grams of the flavoured icing sugar with 125 grams of the butter. I've actually done 250 grams of butter. I've beaten it till it's lovely, soft and whippy, and I'm actually going to add 500 grams of the flavoured icing sugar. And for these, we're going to use the chocolate honeycomb. Now, you can use the chocolate honeycomb to make the actual biscuits if you want. You can use any flavour that you want, and they are delicious. So let me just get these out on. How are you two enjoying it? It's really funny, I'm having to watch them, one here, one there. So Maria has the laptop so she can keep an eye on Simon. Simon's over there. He's like you can tell he's nervous, he's stroking his beard. Are you nervous, Simon?
No.
So,
no.
Right, let me just, what was I going to say to you? Water, where's my water gone now? Oh, there it is. Right, I always add water to my buttercream, and I always use warm water. You can use cold water. People say to me, why can't you use cold? There's no rules. It's what you personally like. So, but I always like to use hot water straight from the kettle. I usually say, just to keep people happy, warm boiled water, or cooled boiled water, whichever you want. It doesn't really matter. You can use fresh cream if you wanted to, but your buttercream doesn't last as long. You can use condensed milk, which is one of my favourites. But generally, I tend to use water, especially if I'm going to give it away, which is what's going to happen with these. So the mixer goes back on. Boiling hot in here, isn't it, Maria? How you've got that coat on, I have no idea. So what are you looking at?
Just move over a little bit.
A little bit? I thought you was going to look at the overhead.
You are?
You know, going to look from the overhead?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to turn it on slowly. And what I should do is chop it in. But I've already put it in now, so we're just going to, when I say chop it in, you get a spatula and you just chop it into the mix. So just 1 second, I'm just going to run out of the way so that Maria can come and show you. And it's boiling in this kitchen, isn't it, Simon? What she's got on. Come on, Maria.
It's actually quite nice and warm.
She's actually sat in our office. I actually put all the heaters on at 7 o'clock this morning. And we agreed to meet at 9:30, so I thought, you know what, 2.5 hours of getting it lovely and warm. And I was amazed that she still sat there with it all on. So I'm just going to turn this on a minute, turn it on a bit higher. So you can feel it's a bit chunky going round, okay? So when it's like that, I'm going to add a bit more water, okay? Don't add the water all at once. You know what? Add a tablespoon at a time. So that's my 3rd tablespoon going in. Because you do have to think about how warm your kitchen is. And in the winter, we really struggle keeping our buttercream softened. So I'm just going to add that on. There we go. And we're down. And if you've not tasted this, honestly, it's gorgeous. If you like a crunchy bar, this is what it tastes like. It is so lovely. So there was a little advertisement for crunchy bars, but this is chocolate honeycomb and it is delicious. So when I finish this, making these and putting these together, I've actually been given a cake mix by a company, and they want me to test it on the live. So what I'm actually going to do is, all you need is oil and butter, and it's a 500-gram mix, and it can make a sponge cake, or you can make cupcakes with it. So I said to him, I'll do it live this morning. So what I'm going to do is, after I've done these, I'm going to do a couple of these, and I'm going to put the mix together for you guys, and then put it in the oven, finish these off, and hopefully they'll be done in time before we finish. So our flavoured icing sugars you can buy off our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. We've got 2 fantastic flavours that would be great for this as well, which are on special limited edition at the moment. Sticky toffee pudding and apple crumble, and they are amazing flavours. The apple crumble we do have in the winter normally. The sticky toffee pudding one is a new one that we brought out, and we brought it out so that we can donate money to help the heroes. So every bag that's bought, 50p will go to help the heroes. Quite a lot of you brought them, which is brilliant. And we'll let you know when they're all sold. We'll let you know how much we're donating. Did any of you see the post that I put on the group last night with Amy Coyle? Amy Coyle has got involved with a lady, I think she's called Georgia, I may be wrong, who has designed a face mask. And Amy Coyle is from Sweet Stamps, if you don't know who she is. And basically, if you go over to her website, sweetstamps.co.uk or .com it might be, go and have a look at the link anyhow on my page. But you can actually buy these masks off her. She's actually doing them at cost, so I think they're £3 each, and you can buy them in 10s and 50s. I bought 50 this morning for Stepping Hill Hospital, but you can only buy them for hospitals or care workers. Now, I think it's an absolutely great thing to do with Amy. She's doing it all in her own time, so you know, if you want to donate something to your local hospital or your carers, it's actually a mask that goes around your face, so it goes around the whole of your head. Go and read it, it's very, very interesting, yeah? But don't read it yet, stay here. So we've got that one done. So Maria, if we do a dance of the kitchen, is there any chance you could if I go down there, you pass me it, I need a new mixing bowl and paddle, yeah? So I'll run round here.
Do you want me to put the blue one?
Pardon? So what I was going to say is, can you swap mixers? So we've got the big one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
And then I'll come back. Oh, in fact, yeah, you could get the blue one down there, couldn't you? Has it got a bowl on, the blue one?
Yep.
Has it got a paddle? Has it got a paddle on it?
No, I need a paddle.
Okay, so just 1 second. So sorry guys, when it's live in the kitchen, so I'll do this, Maria can come in. Oh, it's weird doing all this new thing, isn't it? In fact, I've got a paddle here in the dishwasher. So you're okay, Maria. Off you go. Thank you. This social distancing's fun, isn't it? Did you see she took her coat off? Are you getting warm, Maria?
Well, I thought it was.
Well, you've got nice pink cheeks.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put this on because I want to do this mix for you in a minute. So, oh crikey, it's freezing cold this mixer, isn't it? Right, okay, piping bag. So again, you don't need a piping bag if you don't want to. Oh, my biscuits. Oh, my balls. My balls, my balls. Woohoo, gosh. Right. Simon, you meant to remind me.
Am I?
My balls were nearly on fire.
I thought I'd leave it for... Comedy effect.
They're out. They're a little bit overdone because somebody didn't remind me about my balls.
They look perfect.
Hey, they look good, do they? Anyhow, so they're out the oven. So I'm just going to take them off the tray and then we'll come back to them. 1 second. Woo-hoo. And those are the ones we did earlier. Crikey, forgot about them. Ooh. Let me just move them over there. Ooh. Oh, we've got loads to buttercream up, haven't we? Right, so piping bag. Let's move that one out of the way. Piping bag. Now, what you can do with these is, because this buttercream is so delicious, I'm not actually going to put any jam, but there's nothing wrong with you if you want to put some jam or some Nutella. So like we've got the lemon ones, so the lemon ones, you know, you could do that with a lemon curd centre and maybe a vanilla buttercream. The mulled wine ones are lovely with cherry jam and cherry buttercream. So we've got black cherry. So here we go.
They're
what are you laughing at?
Joking about your balls.
They're a naughty bunch, our audience, aren't they? Hey? They like a good laugh.
Ah.
Right, okay, so, what?
Someone said that if you put the balls part on the bottom and the swirl on the top.
Oh, we could do that, yeah, absolutely, we could do that, couldn't we? Oh, I've just paired them all up now. Right, well,
that?
yes, good idea. So, no, what they're saying is, keep the ball part one for underneath and the nice design one on the top. But yes, well done. So what you can do is you can put jam on one, or Nutella, or lemon curd, whatever, but I'm just going to go for the honeycomb buttercream, okay, because the honeycomb buttercream is delicious. So I'm just going to pop a nice rose swirl on there. So I don't know which camera you can see me on, Simon. What camera?
Put you on the top camera.
Yeah, so over the top. There we go. I'm just going to press it on. So that's one. Oh, look how yummy they are. Maria, when do you start your diet?
To be fair,
Let's see how strong you are.
I'm just going to do exercise every day and that's it.
And then you can eat them.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's just carry on a moment.
My tip is not eat pasta and potatoes.
Pardon?
My tip, don't eat pasta and potatoes.
Yeah.
And you can eat cakes.
Yeah, that's your sacrifice. Give up potatoes and pasta and then you can eat cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll do some of our flat ones here. So for that one, I'm just going to squeeze on. Look how easy they are. Look how yummy they are. And poor Simon can't try one. So going back to the gluten-free, if you're going to use gluten-free, you need to have gluten-free flour. Okay, you do exactly the same, but you need to make sure that all your utensils, everything is spotlessly clean and that it hasn't touched any gluten, okay? So there mustn't be any gluten in the kitchen. Lots of people, when they're dealing gluten-free, they actually have a different food mixer, different bowl, different utensils, everything, you know, they really, really go for it. These are looking good. I can't wait to taste one myself. Isn't it a shame you're going to miss out, Simon?
Elizabeth said that they look so yummy and she wished she was there for a tea.
Who was that?
Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth, yeah. So like I say, guys, you can make this with any flavour. So while I'm just doing this then, come on, shout out what flavours you've got in the kitchen. Let's think of some combinations. You can actually do them with fresh whipped cream as well if you want to. So if you don't want to make buttercream, you can make them with fresh whipped cream, but you'll need to store them in the fridge and they won't last as long. So basically, if you're going to scoff them very quickly, then you can do them with fresh whipped cream.
I just say to Tina, yes, the recipe is on the website. The one we're using is, the one we're linked to is
the mulled wine,
but you can use any flavour you like.
You can.
if you search for Sugar and Crumbs Viennese Whirls.
Viennese Whirls, yeah.
Viennese Whirls or
you
Whirls.
will find them.
Or Whirls. And can I just say, this same recipe, and I didn't think about doing it, and I was going to do it, you can do exactly the same for fingers. So instead of doing swirls, just do a nice big long finger.
You have got a fingers recipe on there as well, haven't you? So
we have. I have to tell you, this chocolate honeycomb is gorgeous. And I've just broken that one, so I think that one will have to be for me. I'll tip it upside down there. Who's tried the chocolate honeycomb?
Oh, they are saying that strawberry milkshake with the strawberry jam inside.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yes.
And if you've got the black cherry, I'm going to turn that one over just in case people don't know. So people don't know.
Sorry, Alison is asking if wool toasted marshmallows would work with cinnamon swirl buttercream. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be delicious. Cinnamon swirl ones are amazing.
Yeah.
We've made these with loads of different flavours. I've not put all the recipes on the website. Are we over here, Simon? So I've not put all the recipes on the website because all the recipes are exactly the same. So I've just put 2 variations up. All you've got to do is change the flavoured icing sugar. So in the recipe, I have put flavour of choice. So we've had to give it a name, you know, because people when they're looking for them, but we just gave it a name. But you can use any flavour you want. So go and have a look what you've got in your fridge. You know, you might have lemon and key lime. Or you might have orange zest, you know. I think key lime ones with lemon and lemon buttercream in the middle would be gorgeous. And same with orange zest, if you made orange zest ones with, you know, lemon buttercream in the middle. So I've just broke that biscuit, so that one will have to be a second one for me. Do we agree, team? So there we go. Right, so we're going to get those out of the way. I'm not going to decorate the rest of them now because I'll do it for afterwards. But as you can see, loads of buttercream there. Are we on this camera?
Yep.
Loads of buttercream there. I've got loads of biscuits over there to finish off. So I'll finish those off. So who's going to give them a go today? Let me know if you're going to give them a go and get them up on the community group. You can see how easy it takes. What is it, 15 minutes and then in the oven? So let me just get this out of the way. A second. So let me get my cloth. And then we're going to try this new mix. Now I haven't tried this mix before. I just need a cloth for here. 1 second. What was you going to say there, Simon? You going to say something?
No, sorry. Oh, so sorry. Was that a cue?
No, I thought you were going to say something. I thought you popped around to say something.
No.
Nope. Okay, let's clean. So what have you all been doing at home? Has any of you done any of those jobs that you've been meaning to do? All the jobs that I've got listed on my to-do list, and especially if we're all got to stay until June, which they're now saying that might have to happen. So cleaning this kitchen, so cleaning it, reorganising my cupboards yet again. I'm actually going to label my cupboards as well. So I'm going to label them so that inside each cupboard everybody knows where things are. Because I get so many guests in the kitchen, and including Karen who works for me, who insists on putting things in the wrong place. So it drives me insane. So that's one job I'm going to do. I've got my shed duty to sort out. I need to get John involved in that one though, so he's not playing board game at the moment. Right, so this mix has been sent to me by a company, okay? They've asked me to try it, and I think they said they were prepared to let me have it exclusively or in my name. So I don't know, but I've never actually tried it. It arrived like this today. In fact, it was really funny because I sent Laura a message and said, oh, there's a parcel coming by PME today. And anyhow, it arrived with James. James opened it up in the warehouse and he didn't know about the email. And he come running in with this to Laura and went, do we know what this is? So Laura went, yes, fine. So Laura had to come up here. So she had to come up and then she stood at the door there going, I'm going to put it on the floor here for you. So she put it on the floor and then we had to wait to go and pick it up. Right, so I've opened it anyhow. So it came sealed. And I've been emailed what to do with it. So what we're going to do is, so easy it's meant to be. So this is 500 gram mix, and it's to help you guys for your baking. So if you're struggling to get hold of your flour, I think when it comes available, it's going to be about £4 a bag, which I think is reasonable. So just let me get the instructions up a moment, because I actually haven't read them. So hang on. Right, here we go. So it's a 500 gram cake mix, so we need 212 grams of cold water and 118 grams of vegetable oil. And then you can put in chocolate chips or toffee nibs or anything else that you want to go in. So there we go, hang on a second. So let me just go and measure my water and let me get my vegetable oil, 1 second.
And just say hello to Dawn, cleaning your oven. That's must be fun. And Tracy's stripping the walls.
Stripping walls and
I should have said she's stripping.
Right, I am just going to have to go in the cupboard over there a moment. So how much does it say of water? How about I tell you what? Go and get the oil. 1 second. You know, I think we should deal with all this positively, you know, think about all the things we're doing. Do you not think the air is better out there at the moment, and it just feels good out there, doesn't it? And you know, it's a good time to reconnect with our families. And if we haven't, you know, if we've got issues with families and stuff like that, you know what, let's sort it out. We're always so busy, aren't we? And it'll all do for another day. Well, you know what, let's connect. I was showing Maria before, I connected with all my children on Saturday. And there's an app on your phones called House Party, and basically you then go onto WhatsApp then, and I ended up chatting to all 4 children this week. So when I say children, my eldest is 40 on Thursday, and I have twin girls at 38, and my youngest is 35. Got 8 grandchildren. So it was great, so you could see it, that I was at the bottom, but on their phones they were at the bottom, and then you had 4 squares, so you can invite whoever you want to join. So you have to ask them to download the app. And if you want to keep it a private conversation, once everybody's joined, put the lock key on, or anybody else who's in House Party can just ping the button and join you, which makes for an interesting conversation. But it was great. So we were all there chatting and laughing, and the grandkids were talking to each other, and then we all talked at the same time. But you know, it's a fabulous app. Go and have a look for it afterwards. It's called House Party, and then ask your family and friends to join it as well, and then have conversations, have a group conversation. Come on, let's start talking to each other again. Yeah, right. So we need 212 grams of water. So let me get my scales. It's funny liquid, isn't it? Some people measure in grams, some measure it in mils. So let me put that on there. So I'm going to 0 it. So 212 grams. Have any of you heard of that app, House Party?
Yeah, Wendy's on that. They had a house party on Friday.
It's nice though, isn't it? And you know, some of you are going to be wondering what I'm on about, but it's actually really nice. And you know, it was lovely because my daughter lives in Australia, and you know, I tend to talk to her the most, and she's got a twin sister, Laura, who you've all met. Laura talked to her. The boys don't really talk to her very much. It's a boy thing, that, isn't it? And yet the 2 boys always talk to each other, and they always talk to me. But it was nice that we could all talk together. My eldest grandchild, I've got 2 of them, they're both 17, the 2 eldest ones. My 2 girls sort of had them within 6 months of each other. So how much oil have we got? They didn't appear, unfortunately, but the other grandkids did. Wasn't cool enough for them to appear. So 118 grams of oil. There we go. And then we've got a cake mix. So we're going to put that all in. And you can either mix with a spatula or wooden spoon for 5 minutes, or you can turn on the mixer. So I think, you know what, I don't think we'll use the, we're going to get a spatula. Actually, I realised that might be a dumb thing because it said mix for 5 minutes, so I might have our make after 5 minutes. I think I will put it on the mixer. Yeah, I've noticed that's a couple. You need to really give it a good mix. So can you see the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah, you're on the overhead.
So you'll see that when I started there was a few lumps, and now look at it, it's all gone lovely and smooth. And in fairness, I thought I would have to go to the mixer, but I don't. It looks lovely. What do we think of that?
Okay, we'll just bring it this way. That's it.
That way?
Yeah.
We didn't set up that camera very well, did we, Simon?
Yeah, perfect.
How can I lean over there?
No. Towards you a little bit. That's you're in the centre there.
It's a good job I'm tall, isn't it? I don't know how the shorties are going to cope. Simon put up our new camera so we don't have to have that big banner at the side no more. So...
There's the banner.
Have you put the banner up?
Yeah.
Just to remind them. The banner's handy to keep popping up every now and again. I think we should always pop the banner up now and again. So don't forget to like and share. So I've also got some chocolate chips out as well. Where's the scissors? So we'll pop some chocolate chips in. That's half a bag. And then I can have half a bag. So you can put anything in them.
I can eat those.
Can you eat them ones?
Yes,
Why?
What do you mean why? Because they're chocolate.
Right. Yeah, but I didn't think you liked sweet stuff either.
Yeah, just the
Oh, so
you always put gluten in it.
Ah, yeah. You can't have this cake mix because this cake mix is not gluten, but you can have chocolates. Right, okay then. So
what's the cake mix for, Carol?
So to make a cake. Yeah. So the cake mix is, a company contacted me last week and said, Carol, we see that you do Facebook Lives. Would you like to try this cake mix? Because we realise that sometimes people are struggling, you know, to go out and get eggs and to get the flour and everything else like that. This is an all-in-one mix, and the only thing that you need is water and oil. So if you've got vegetable oil in, and you've got water in, hey presto. So what I'm doing is just arrived this morning. I haven't tried it. I'm going to give it a go now. So I'm going to make a couple of cupcakes. I'm going to put the rest in here, put it in the oven, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like later. So let me get the spoon out, 1 second. So let's just fill up these 6 cupcakes. So I'm only going to do 6 because I want to do it in the cake pan as well. So how's our audience doing, Maria? Have we still got a good audience? Did everybody get back to us?
Yeah, here's with.
Did YouTubers get back to us as well?
We have almost 40 people watching on YouTube.
How many?
Not bad, 40.
Oh, that's not bad, is it? We're still new on YouTube. We're still getting our audience together. For you Facebook people, just a few things I wouldn't mind asking you. So, while we've got this going on, would you like us to replay some of our lives to you? Because that's so easy for us to set up. So I was actually thinking, for fun basis, should we go right back to my very first live? So, because some of you are new this year, and those who've watched me from the beginning, pop your hands up. Or give me a wave now and let me know. But what do you think? Do you think I should start setting them up? Because I can get Simon to start setting them up, maybe twice a week. Maria's going to show him how to do that. And then we can actually stream them, and we can put them up. I don't know, should we put them up for 1 o'clock every day? Put one of those lives up?
Do you know what? The other day I watched the very first Facebook Live that I did with you on the 8th of May. And you actually made a gluten-free carrot cake, and I look at myself and I was like, oh my god, I have changed a lot.
We're always saying how well we come on. So if you'd like that idea, let us know. So I'm just going to pop those 6 cupcakes in the oven. Yeah. So I don't know what it says actually, bake on it. Just 1 second. I normally bake on low and slow. Let's see what this says.
It's like an olive oil recipe, Carol.
Yeah, 160. Yeah. 160.
No, I'm cold.
And then, are you cold again? Yeah. So, greaseproof paper. I knew I was, as you all know, well, maybe not all of you know, but a lot of you know I'm on the change of life as it is. And I've got the heating on full blast, I've got the heating off. Through the night, it's on, it's off, the duvet's on, it's madness. John's like, for goodness sake, Carol, make up your mind. What are you doing? So all I'm going to do is grease my tin there. Now some of you do flour your tin as well. So take out the excess grease, don't have too much in, so I always put too much in, and now I'm just wiping it out.
Quite a few people wanting to re-watch the lives.
So would you like that? I think that would be good fun, isn't it? You can see how John and I started right from the very beginning, and how nervous I was. I am actually quite nervous. I'm not nervous like that, but I do have nervous issues. I do it before every live. I'm sort of like, take a deep breath, Carol. And I know some of you don't think I do, but I really do. So I'm just going to not put a parchment paper in the bottom of this either. I'm just going straight to the pan. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to put this in the oven. So we won't be able to see this live. I'll have to do a little live later. Let you see it afterwards. Because I don't think you're going to want to sit around and wait for me for 55 minutes while this cooks in the oven. Looks a nice mix though. So would this be of interest to you? I think they said it was going to cost £4 a bag. So if this is of interest to you, let me know. Have a look at what it looks like when it's done. And let me know, and if it does, you know what, let's stock it. So, now remember that not the whole mix has gone in this, because I've shared it with the cupcakes. Yeah? So I'm just going to pop that in the oven now. So that's us done for today. Let me just clear this lot out of the way. That's us done for today. I hope you've enjoyed the pop-up. If there's anything you do want to buy, you can buy it direct from our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. I have updated the Karen Davies mould, so unicorn is back in. I'm now just going to go and update the sweet stamps, because I know lots of you, we've ran out of these little pallets, so I have ordered them. So I'm actually going to go and update the website with those, so they'll be in the next hour. Flavoured icing sugars that we've used today is honeycomb and chocolate honeycomb. And one thing that is nice to do with this, okay, don't know if any of you ever seen this little gizmo before, but it's by a company called Oxo, and they sent it to me as a trial, many years ago, and I absolutely love it. So can you see the overhead there, Simon?
Yep, beyond the overhead.
Look, so you just put your icing sugar in, you turn it. So cool, this. I mean, to be fair, a tea strainer is just as good, but so there we go. Let's do a nice dusting over the top, and there's your Viennese Whirls. Yeah, so that's done. And then we're going to do a like and share for today's live. So we're going to be popping up 3 times this week. Okay, so if you do your like and share, so I'm going to do this one next Monday. So the first person who wins can choose any one of the 3, and then the next live any one of the 2, and the next one. So these are stencils. So fabulous idea from Amy at Amy Sweet Stamps. Her products are amazing. I sell them all on the website. Absolutely gorgeous. So I think that's me done. Anything to be said, Simon?
No, thank you for everybody to joining us today, and I hope you can join us next time.
Yes.
Which is when, Carol?
So tonight we're going live with Danielle Crouch in her own kitchen. I'll be popping up at 8 o'clock tonight. Well, I'll be popping up later because I'm going to show you what these cakes look like. But then I'll be popping up later tonight to intro you with Danielle. Do make sure you come and join her. She is an absolutely fabulous lady. She's using her own recipes, which you can buy direct from her as well. They're on download and they are amazing. Tomorrow I'll be popping up, same time, 11:30. No idea what I'm doing, but I'll be here. And then tomorrow night, Tracy Mann. Now Tracy Mann does painting, and where you can paint direct onto cake, so she'll be doing a little tutorial. Now she's actually a chocolatier as well, so she's going to do something with chocolate tomorrow, which will be fantastic. So the Calabo chocolate you can buy off our website, and then Wednesday I'll be popping up at 11:30, so 11:30 again, not sure what I'll be doing. And Thursday we won't be doing nothing Wednesday night. And no, we're going to, when are we going to release this tutorial, Maria? When did we say?
Whenever you want.
Weighs a ton, this cake. So who would like to see this as a tutorial? So what happens is when we have guests in from abroad or a long way, we always ask them to do another tutorial, another Facebook Live. Facebook call it a Facebook Live because basically you still do everything in the live as though it was a live, but instead of releasing it, you actually hold it back. Now we do this for tutors who actually live a long way, because if they plan to come back, sometimes they can't get back to us. So what we still do is we still release it on that date. So we'll release the video rather than have them come in and do something else. So it's like a backup. Now this was done by Ana Reginho from Portugal. Fabulous young lady, a fantastic cake artist and really, really lovely. And she made this last year. So we'll release this. So should we release this? Do you want a daytime or a nighttime? So let me know. I'll tell you what, I'll go and watch the comments afterwards whether you want a daytime or a nighttime, but I'll release it on Wednesday. So let me know if you want an afternoon or do you want a nighttime. So if you want an afternoon, we'll do it for 2 o'clock, and if you want a nighttime, we'll release it for 8 o'clock. But I think it's the last one we've got, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll do that. And I need to tell you, because obviously there'll be no social distancing because it's pre-recorded. So I'll make sure I'll pop up 10 minutes before just to remind you of that. So let me know what time you'd like that to go out live on Wednesday. Then Thursday morning it will be Tracy Mann again. Thursday night it will be me. So you'll have had something to watch on Sugar and Crumbs every day this week. So I just want to say a big thank you for joining us, and I will see you later. That's over and done. Okay. Bye, Simon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.